Is marriage truly for better and for worse? Is there a line your partner would cross that will make you leave them? Are children a factor to staying in a violent home? This is a story that will tell you how jealousy can quickly lead to a huge tragedy, a tragedy that will shock the whole country. This is the Maryam Sanda and the Bilyaminu Bello story. Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. I am Doreen and I post true crime stories twice every week. If that is something that you like, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you can see my videos anytime I post them. Without much ado, let's jump right into the story. So Maryam Sanda is a Nigerian woman born to Maimuna Aliyu. It is said that she grew up in a very privileged background. She received a good education and she was constantly moving in high societal circles, even though she liked to maintain a low profile. Her friends and family described her as beautiful, outspoken, and very fashionable. You could never catch her looking unfresh. Bilyaminu Bello was also born into a very influential home. His father, Dr. Aliyu Bello, was a former Minister of Communications and he once acted as the chairman of the People's Democratic Party, a political party here in Nigeria. Bilyaminu was brought up in an environment that prepared him for success. He was shaped for greatness and he was not about to disappoint anybody. He was surrounded by affluence, high society, and a lot of money. But despite Bilyaminu's wealth, his friends described him as quiet, humble, and respectful. He never thought to push his money in anyone's face and was generally accommodating, calm, and peaceful. In 2015, he and Maryam Sanda got married, and the marriage made both families happy. Bilyaminu and Maryam were from nice homes, so naturally everyone thought that they were a good fit. They ticked the boxes a power couple should tick. They had the looks, they had the affluence, they had the influence, and they had the money. Soon they were blessed with a very beautiful child. Everything looked perfect. Life was good, but only to the outside world. Reports say that Miriam soon started to show a very jealous nature to her husband. She started accusing Bilyaminu of cheating on her and heated arguments and fights would break out between them. Soon friends and family started noticing the issues. Miriam stopped bothering to even hide her jealousy. She would berate him openly, not even caring what people might think of them. She wanted Bilyaminu all to herself, so every move he made was questioned. To her, he was either planning to cheat, currently cheating, or planning to marry another wife. You see, they were Muslims, and it is quite normal for Muslim men to marry up to four wives, but Miriam couldn't care less. She wouldn't let Bilyaminu do that to her, so she watched him with the eye of a hawk. No amount of reassurance, promises, pleading, and arguments convinced Miriam. In her mind, Bilyaminu was a cheat. It is said that Bilyaminu tried to endure Miriam's behavior because of their child. He was a peaceful man by nature, so he always tried to keep the peace, but it was growing increasingly difficult to diffuse or douse Miriam's angry fire. On Saturday, the 18th of November 2017, Bilyaminu went out with his friend that evening to have dinner or something. Before this, Miriam had sent some messages on his phone that she did not like and had worked herself into a fit of anger while she waited for him. When Bilyaminu returned to his Maitama Abuja apartment that he shared with Miriam and their child, he did not know the fate that he was about to meet. As soon as he entered, Miriam launched into a series of angry questions and they started to quarrel. Bilyaminu thought that this was just another one of their fights and they would both simmer down eventually, but he was so wrong. During the course of these arguments, Miriam brought out a knife and proceeded to repeatedly plunge the knife into her husband. Then she realized what she had done. So she called her mother and they allegedly cleaned the crime scene. It was after they did this that they took Bilyaminu to the hospital. I just can't help but, think that even if Bilyaminu hadn't lost his life already, he would have been there, helpless, his life draining out of him. When they got to the hospital in the early hours of Sunday the 19th, the hospital examined Bilyaminu and sadly there was nothing they could do for him. A major artery had been pierced already during the attack and it was fatal. It was at this moment that Bilyaminu Bello was sadly pronounced deceased. The hospital launched into their own questioning and they asked Miriam. So what she said was that he fell on a broken shisha pot. The hospital couldn't believe the cock and bull story, so they called the police immediately and Miriam was put under arrest. The police interrogated her and she said that she discovered a nude picture on Bilyaminu's phone when he got back from his outing. So they got into an argument. She said that in the heat of the moment, Bilyaminu pushed her and she fell and broke a shisha pot. She said that when she slept, Bilyaminu tried to subdue her and he somehow fell chest first into the glass. I feel like this is a last-ditch effort to ruin Bilyaminu's image. She was already used to painting him as a cheat, but this time, to save herself, she was accusing him of a very horrible thing. You see, Miriam was pregnant at this time and she was insinuating that Bilyaminu, who everyone knew for his calm nature, pushed his pregnant wife, who was known for her violence, and attempted to pin her on glass. Please make it make sense. Well, apparently, the police did not buy her story, as the injuries sustained by Bilyaminu didn't come from glass shards. Besides, there were multiple deep wounds that clearly looked like somebody inflicted them on him. The police went back to the couple's apartment to look around and they found it weirdly clean. The glass shards were in odd places. Miriam's story did not even add up with the evidence, so they let her know that the jig was up. Miriam was charged and taken to court in November of the same year alongside her mother, her brother, and her maid. It is said that they allegedly helped in the cleanup process, but their charges were dropped along the line. Miriam's trial took a few years. Her pregnancy progressed and she gave birth to a baby girl. This just made me so sad that she denied Bilyaminu the joy of welcoming his daughter to the world and also ruined her chances of being a good mother to both their children. On the 27th of January 2020, a judge convicted Miriam of taking her husband's life. The judge stated that the crime was premeditated and gave her the death penalty. When she was being sentenced, Miriam stood in a defense box, holding her daughter. She looked very overwhelmed, sorrowful, and was very emotional. If you didn't know what she did, you'd be moved to tears. I was sad when I was researching this because all this wasn't necessary. She did not have to take a life. Bilyaminu deserved to live with his live with his family and live his life fully, be a father to his daughter and the one that he was expecting. Anyways, when the verdict was handed down, she broke down in tears in the courtroom. I could tell almost everyone felt pity for the child she was holding. That child deserved two parents, and all of the first one, Miriam stole her father away from her, and by doing so, denied herself of being a mother. Miriam went on to appeal her sentence. She appealed before a panel and she was denied. Then she took the matter to the Supreme Court. In 2023, the sentence was upheld and Miriam had no other way to go. She had to give up and accept her fate. There was simply no way out. Maryam Sanda remains incarcerated in the Suleja Correctional Facility in Abuja, awaiting a penalty to be carried out. As we come to the end of this video, I would like us to take a moment to remember the victim of this case, Bilyaminu Bello. He was a down-to-earth, peaceful and caring person. He was a father to a daughter and was expecting another when his life was taken away. He had so much love to give to both his daughters, and I'm very sure they miss him. He had a great life already and a better one ahead. He would have gone on to achieve better things if he wasn't snatched away by the one person he was supposed to be safe with. He was only 35. Domestic abuse is real and it isn't gender specific. Leaving that abusive partner is a valid option and you shouldn't feel bad about it. Seek help from family, from friends, and the government if you have to. Your life is important. Thank you for staying with me to learn about Maryam Sanda and William Bello. To watch more true crime videos, subscribe to my channel. It is free to do so. Give the story a thumbs up and tell me your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be there to discuss with you. Till then, stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.